This is a Bakugou Katsuki ex-listener fanfiction. I hope you enjoy it. Also, please remember to check out my merch store and my Patreon. Both links are down in the description. So is my Discord. Let's talk, huh? Also, if you want to support me, Patreon merch store are the best places to do so. However, I do understand that most of you probably don't have the money for that. I don't mean that in a condescending way, but I would just simply like to ask you to watch the video until the end and like and or dislike and comment something down below. This is the best way you can support me without, using your own money. Because by doing this, you basically force Susan to do her fucking job of paying me. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the show, and let's get right into it. Can you please stop shoving this thing in my face? Katsuki growled. Your only response was a chuckle, followed by a pout. Recently, you have gotten a kaleidoscope by the support class. It was meant to enhance your quirk, but it made for great annoyance material by using it in weird places and moments. Your quirk, Rainbow Bride, enhanced your physical capabilities the more colors you saw at once for roughly 5 minutes. This means that using a kaleidoscope, you could artificially mix colors together to create more of them, when there actually aren't any. You had already annoyed pretty much everyone in your class with it, your excuse being to find the most colorful place to see how well this new toy actually worked. And Bakugou Katsuki was the last person on your list you thought you could annoy with a kaleidoscope, but after telling him that it was a support item, he had offered you to join him during training. Right now, you two were alone in UA's gym. I very highly doubt that a villain would not only let you use that thing for that long, and... He inhaled for a moment and then shouted, "I'll let you get this fucking thing I'll let you get this fucking close to them, idiot!" Getting shouted at by him only made you want to annoy him more, but for now, you complied. "Sorry, Bakugou," you said with a cheery smile. "I guess I got carried away a little." Your support item had a button to automatically fold itself into a small disc to put it away quickly. After one last peek, you quickly threw it into the pocket of your pants. "Okay, let's spar," you cheered. It was probably less than 7 minutes you lasted against him. His speed was just too much for you. With careful blasts, he managed not only to hit you, but also to catapult himself backwards without you ever getting more than a single punch in. By the end, you were left a sweating mess. All that build-up with your fancy new toy, and you lose the first fight you have with it. "So how do you like your dumb pipe now?" he roared. You were lying face down on the sparring mattress, trying to not move a single one of your sore muscles. You wanted to die right then and there, and tears began to form in your eyes as your heart rate had difficulties calming down. For a moment that felt like an hour, all sound seemed to be blocked out. Somehow, you had really believed that maybe you could beat him, especially with the new item. Suddenly you saw a light through your watery eyes, a shadow looming over you, Someone must have rolled you over. And slowly the sounds returned. At first numb, but then you could clearly hear Bakugou say, "Hey," over and over. A calloused hand very lightly slapping your right cheek, while another was softly rubbing over your left. "Hey, stop crying. You make me feel like the bad guy here, which I'm not." Through your sobs, you managed to press out a semi-annoyed sigh. "Just leave me alone," was the only thing you could muster. "You're right. It was dumb, but at least for once I thought my quirk was cool. I mean, I love support items. It's just, I have no idea how to actually use one with the quirk like mine." Bakugou gave a moan of resignation. "Look, you hit me like 3 times at the start, and that hurt. Like, a lot." You wiped away your tears and sat up. "In fact, it hurt so much, I thought you were really trying to kill me. So I jumped into survival mode." "Survival mode?" It wasn't supposed to sound like a question, but it did. "Yeah." A smirk crept up on his sweat-covered face. "Yeah, survival mode. I wanted nothing more than to get the hell away from you. And these massive swings." Was he trying to simply build you up? Or was he genuine? "I don't believe you," you grumble. With a slight bump, he was sitting next to you. "Look me in the eyes." You complied, and he gently grabbed your shoulders, feeling his hot breath tickling over the skin of your face. Looking into his deep crimson eyes, your heart skipped a beat. You had just finished crying. You were in pain, and yet you couldn't stop thinking, damn, was he always this hot? "Your quirk, it's really powerful. Your problem is that, well, you cannot match the speed of my explosions." His smug smile turned into a soft one. "Your quirk is powerful. Trust me." You blushed, and for a wonderful, perfect moment, neither one of you said a word. You were the first one to break the silence. So is this one of these we kiss and then become a couple moments?" He jumped backwards. What?" He stuttered with a heavy blush. You smiled. "It's just that you're comforting me. You're very close to me, and we just stared into each other's eyes like there's no tomorrow." Your smile turned into a grin. You never thought you'd see Bakugou flustered. Seems like you actually hit a nerve. "I mean, I could have just trying to be nice to you, idiot." He averted his gaze and looked on the ground, shaking slightly. A cold veil began to weigh on your heart. Maybe you had been too bold there. "Fine!" he spouted after another aggravating minute had passed. "Yeah, sure. I just had been endlessly pondering on how I could ask you out. You're always around your dumb extras, and I wasn't going to risk ruining my reputation should you say no." You gave a hearty laugh. These extras he was talking about were your only two friends in UA, Momoya Yoruzu and Itsuka Kendo from Class 1B. Stop laughing at me! You're the one who started it! Your laugh turned into a chuckle before answering. Gee, and how did you think our little, tussle was going to turn out? His face turned sour. You win. Then say something dumb, and I confess to you by hiding it within an insult. Now that was so Bakugou. You thought for a moment, and a devilish grin appeared on your face. Faking being hit and out of breath, you coughed. That attack was nothing! I can take it! He raised an eyebrow. For a moment he tried to think of what you were trying to do, and then stepped over towards you and raised his hand after realizing what you were doing. Once in front of you, he simply booped you on the nose with his middle finger before you playfully grabbed his arm and wrestled him to the ground. With an obviously faked anger, God damn it, you idiot! Extra! If you weren't so cute, I wouldn't have held back! You broke into another fit of laughter. What the fuck was that? You just suddenly started a roleplay. I was unprepared. After you two had cleaned up the gym and went into the showers, you two walked home to your dorms together, not saying a single word to each other. So, you said after he had escorted you to your room, are we like a couple now? His cheeks turned pink for a moment, before his hands gently cupped your face. He pointed your chin up a little, before pressing his lips onto yours. You gladly accepted it. This had to be a yes, right?